safety, number 14, Jax Pope. At inside linebacker, number 44, AJ.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week, where tonight we bring you this major Region A 6A battle between the Buford Wolves, 4-1 on the season, 1-0 in region play, as they host the undefeated Collins Hill Eagles of head coach Drew Swick. The Eagles coming in at 6-0 on the season, 2-0 in region play. And again, big region matchup between these two region foes tonight here at Tom Ryden Stadium, where we are coming to you live high atop the home press box. As always, the Buford folks making us right at home, treated us to a fantastic pregame meal. If you want to take a look at our yours truly's post on our Facebook page, where I took a picture of our nice dinner we enjoyed prior to tonight's game. A little roast chicken, potatoes, pita chips with some hummus, and a wonderful salad. So big thanks to our friends at Buford. But hey, that's the pregame. That's all behind us. We're getting ready here for the 7:30 kick tonight between these two Class 6A powerhouses, featuring the Buford Wolves and Collins Hill Eagles. You guys know the drill. We'll be talking to you guys tonight throughout the game. Definitely want to hear from you guys, so talk with me. Trip Block checking in with us. Trip, what's up, brother? Thanks so much for checking us out. Michael Baxter checking out the game. Michael, what's up, my friend? Good to see you here aboard. And guys, if you are familiar with our live stream, our ITG Next Game of the Week every week, we make this as much a chat with you guys as we do talking to you about the football game. So we'll be chatting with you. I'll be chatting with you all throughout tonight, reading your comments live on the air while I bring you the action tonight between these two Class 6A powerhouses. Both these teams ranked, of course, in the ITG Next Top 10 poll, as we've got the Collins Hill Eagles, 5-7 last year. Drew Swick taking over last year from Lenny Gregory, who had left 2 years ago. Of course, 5-7 last year, got off to a slow start, but boy, Drew Swick really brought him back strong. In the second half of the season, that included an upset playoff win in the first round against North Cobb. They would lose in the second round to eventual state champion Milton, but that really set the table for the 2024 season. They rode the momentum of last year's second half surge into this year, and boy, it has really showed. Drew Swick, one of the top motivators in the state. He's got the Eagles off to a great start. Now, this is going to be our second look at Collins Hill. We brought you the Eagles in Woodward Academy back in week 2 from Collins Hill, just right next to us in Swanee. And Collins Hill won that game over Woodward Academy, an exciting 28-14 battle. And that set Collins Hill off to the season that they have enjoyed so far. Buford, 4-1 on the season. I mentioned they're 1-0 in region play. They got their first region win a couple of weeks ago against Discovery, 46-0. Now, Buford, you may remember, they lost their opening game of the year against Milton, 13-10. Boy, what a brawl that was. And they were looking at 0-2, down to Benedictine. Looked like Buford was going to go to 0-2 to start the year. Who'd thunk it? But not so fast. Coach Brian Appling's Wolves come battling back. Used a little trick play here, a little trick play there. Coach App pulling everything out of the bag of tricks. And they defeat Benedictine 29-28. And you want to talk about setting off a surge of momentum for the rest of the year. Buford would take that momentum from the 29-28 win over the Cadets of Danny Britt and would defeat Roswell, who at the time was playing exceptionally well, Buford rolled in that game over the Hornets, 52-17. And then they took that win's momentum, carried it over to Douglasville, and defeated the red-hot Douglas County Tigers 31-14 before winning their region opener against the overmatched Discovery team, as I mentioned, 46-0. So Buford 4-1 on the year, 1-0 in region play. Again, Collins Hill 6-0 and 2-0 in region play. Now, you look at these two teams. I mentioned Buford's schedule, and, of course, I talked about the Week 2 game that we brought you guys against Woodward Academy. I think I said that was a 28-14. It was actually 21-14 final. But just like Buford, they got started off slow. They were losing to Grayson 19-3. I remember keeping up with that game, and I'm thinking, well, Collins Hill looks like they're going to get a 0-1. But Drew Swick's Eagles come roaring back, just like Buford did against Benedictine, and they defeated Grayson 20-19. Followed that up with the Week 2 win over Woodward Academy. That was our ITG Next Game of the Week. Followed that up with a win over the defending Class 3A state champion Cedar Grove, 44-13. Followed that up with a win over Parkview, 27-10. And then that took them to the region portion of their schedule where they started off region play with a win over Central Gwinnett, 17-7. And then Monday night, Collins Hill defeated Mountain View 51-0. So Collins Hill going to turn right around 4 days later and do it again. It's going to be against a tough cookie tonight in Buford. I am Phil Jones. I want you guys to settle back, enjoy tonight's ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Of course, brought to you by our friends at Farrah and Farrah, personal injury attorneys, and our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. We're going to be talking about both our sponsors and how you guys can benefit from the services of both the great orthopedic care and physicians and members of Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, as well as Farrah and Farrah, personal injury attorneys. Obadiah Farley is checking us out tonight. Obadiah Farley, Thomas County Central's #1 fan, as ordained by yours truly. Jamie Fraley Seeger, top Camden County fan, checking us out tonight. Says, hello from Camden County. Thanks for always streaming these great games. Jamie, thank you for the kind comments, and thank you for checking out the game tonight. I mentioned Michael Baxter and our buddy Trim Block for checking out the game. All right, they're playing our national anthem, so let's take a quick break and enjoy the playing of the national anthem from the Buford High Marching Band. It's a packed house tonight here on the home side. Collins Hill, not a bad crowd that's driven over from Suwanee for this big matchup tonight here at Tom Ryden Stadium, where I got to tell you, we are here out in the elements tonight, high atop, as I mentioned earlier, high atop the home press box. No signs of wet weather. That's a good thing. And the weather is absolutely perfect for a little high school football, as it should be here in the first week of October. Of course, we haven't always been able to say that in years past, but tonight it's just right for a little high school football. I told you about our sponsors, Farrah and Farrah, personal injury attorneys. And again, our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, we want to remind you the wait is over. We know injuries can happen when you least expect it. That's why Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine is here for you with a new walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza in Buford. There's no waiting for appointments. Their clinic is open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week, ready to provide the care you need when you need it, whether it's a sprain, strain, or any other orthopedic concern. The expert team at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group is here to identify, treat, and care for your injury. Remember, no appointments necessary. Just walk in and get ready to receive top-notch care from the skilled providers with Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. If you find yourself in need of orthopedic care, don't wait. Visit the walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza at 44 South Lee Street in Buford. For more information, you can visit their website, ngpg.org/ortho walk-in clinic. You get the relief when you need it. Visit us today at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine in Buford. Big thanks to those folks serving as one of our sponsors for tonight's game. And, of course, our friends at Farah and Farah, who we'll be telling you a lot more about as we go forward tonight. A little bit about the playmakers that you're going to be hearing us talk about tonight. Now, it's pretty interesting with Collins Hill. Now, back in game one, you had junior A.J. Bush, who started at quarterback for Collins Hill. Didn't have the best of game. In fact, he's got one touchdown against 4 interceptions. So Drew Swick and staff made a change. They went to the sophomore, Makari Cross. And man, has he put on a show ever since getting the opportunity to lead this Collins Hill offense. He's 60 of 97 on the year. That's 62% completion percentage. He's already thrown for 681 yards through the first 6 games, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So Makari Cross coming in relief of starter A.J. Bush and really doing a fantastic job leading this Collins Hill offense. They're pretty balanced. You'll see them run 50%, pass 50%, as senior Elijah Patillo is their leading rusher. He's 23, that's Atticus Joseph and Elijah Patillo. The leading receivers, the leading rusher is Jakari Thomas with 60 carries, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. The senior averaging a little over 56 yards per game rushing. Now, here's the guy for Collins Hill that is going to be all over the field, and you can bet you're going to hear his number called a good bit tonight. Who am I talking about? Deuce Geralds. Folks, he's got 10 sacks already. I think he had about 4 in the Woodward Academy game that we did back in the second week of the season. He's the team's leading tackler, 46 tackles on the year, 15 of those, again, tackles for loss. And again, 10 sacks in the first 6 games. But he is also one of the leaders in touchdowns. In that Woodward Academy game, he came in and ran for a 50-yard touchdown. So get ready for the name you're going to hear a lot tonight, I'm sure. Deuce Geralds for Collins Hill. All right, I want to know where you guys are watching the game tonight from. I know we got a good bit of you watching tonight's game, so chat with me. Let me know where you're checking out the game from. Let me know if you have got a kid in the game, a nephew in the game, even if it's with the band. We're all about giving a shout-out to these young men and women who make Friday night high school football such a great event, whether they're in the band, cheerleaders, or on the field between the lines getting it done. We'll be happy to give them a shout-out tonight on your behalf. For the Buford Wolves, of course, I gave you kind of the rundown on Collins Hill. They're led by the junior Dayton Riola. Yes, that is the younger brother of last year's quarterback, Dylan Riola, who's now the starter at Nebraska. Dayton Riola, 37 of 64 on the year. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, but he's also thrown 3 interceptions. He has thrown for 564 yards so far on the season for Buford. Now, you're not going to see him run the ball. He'll stay in the pocket a good bit. They may roll him out, throw him on the run, but you're not going to see him try to tuck it down and run it a whole lot. He's negative in rushing yards so far, so not a threat to run it, but he can throw it. and probably going to see him do a good bit of that tonight. And as far as who he's throwing it to or who's getting the ball, boy, take your pick with this Buford Wolves offense. Several playmakers. Jordan Allen, the senior. Of course, they list him as a running back, but I kind of call all these guys athletes because they're going to be able to touch the ball and make an impact from several spots on the field. But Jordan Allen, the leading receiver for this Buford team, the senior receiver. Justin Baker, another playmaker. He's the senior running back, averaging 64.8 yards per game rushing. He leads the team with 3 touchdowns. Running back senior Ethan Irvin, a couple of touchdowns on the year. And the junior, and again, I call him an athlete because you're going to see him all over the place, especially on special teams. Who am I talking about? None other than Tyreek Green, a.k.a. Ty Boogie Green. The Buford fans on their feet as the Wolves come out of the dressing room through the cloud of smoke, entering the stadium from the north end zone. Collins Hill, they're already assembled on the south end as we get ready for the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. I'm Phil Jones. Thanks so much for being with us. Settle back, chat with us tonight as we get ready for this big matchup here in Northeast Georgia, where it is a beautiful night for high school football. Not a better setting than Tom Ryden Stadium. Of course, this will be the last year that we call games at Tom Ryden Stadium. As you may have heard, maybe you haven't, but Buford is building a beautiful state-of-the-art stadium located right across from Buford High School as the Collins Hill Eagles make their way onto the field from the south end of the stadium. Drew Swick's team, as I mentioned, 6-0 on the year. They're playing great football, making Collins Hill Eagles fans think a little bit about the days of the state championship from 3 years ago. Here come the Buford Wolves of head coach Bryant Appling. Making their way onto the field from the north end zone. So we're getting ready. Collins Hill going to go on offense tonight as they are going to receive. Buford wins the toss to first to the second half. So I was talking about this brand new state-of-the-art stadium where the Buford Wolves will call home next year. So I was up here. We come up here last spring, hung out with the Buford Wolves for about a week. And then they were just breaking ground for the stadium. So this is my first visit back since then. And, boy, they come a long way with the construction of the new stadium. It is something to behold, even in its current state, which is, I would say, maybe about 75% complete. But it will be ready for the Buford Wolves football team to call home, beginning with the 2025 high school football season. And what a venue it is going to be. Of course, this is not a bad one here tonight either. Tom Ryden Stadium serving as the home. This is actually going to become, I believe, the home for the middle school. Probably going to be the best middle school stadium in the state. It is also a great venue situated here just down the road from Buford High School. And we're so glad to be here. So glad you're with us tonight. Again, let me know where you're checking out the game from, including Malcolm Jamal, who says that new stadium is big and beautiful. Indeed, it is. Angela Lazar says, I teach at Collins Hill. Angela Alex. Angela, thanks so much for checking out the game. Michael Baxter says, go Milton Eagles. AJ says they're not beating Lee County. But what a game that was. Lee County defeating Thomas County Central in a Saturday afternoon matinee last Saturday. We come from Valdosta, many of you know that, where our town was absolutely demolished by Hurricane Helene. So a respite for us to get out and drive up here, making the 5-hour drive to North Georgia tonight. We wish everybody that was affected by the hurricane the best to you. Here we go. Opening kick. Taking it to 7, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's a fumble. Collins Hill going to get back on it. So we're ready to go. Going to be 1st and 10 for Collins Hill. I mentioned to you earlier, going to go with the sophomore Makari Cross at quarterback. What a great job he has done. And, of course, this Buford team coming in 4-1. Buford's last game against Discovery, what was that, back 2 weeks ago. As I mentioned, Collins Hill 4 days ago was their last game. So it's going to be interesting to see how Collins Hill comes out. Are they going to be well rested or still a little banged up? We're about to find out as we're set, ready to go. First play from scrimmage, Collins Hill's got it at their own 28-yard line. And already we've got whistles. Let's see what we're going to get. Going to go against Collins Hill. Wow, not a good start from Collins Hill. Delay of game, back him up 5 yards, so we'll make it 1st and 15. Makari Cross, the sophomore. He's in the gun. Got a receiver split out wide to each side. Man in the slot over there on the far side for Collins Hill. 1st and 15 after the delay. Ball back at the 23. Cross going to take it, going to hand it. They're going to do a halfback pass. Underthrown. And we're going to get a penalty flag for interference on Buford. So it was Maddox Henderson who took the handoff. You could pretty much tell right away that he was going to pull up and throw it. And there is indeed the call, pass interference going against the Wolves. So move it up 15 yards. They'll spot it at the 38-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Collins Hill. So the Eagles get an early break. That ball, I thought it was underthrown. I'm kind of a little surprised at the call, but the call it is. Pass interference. Collins Hill, a new set of downs, 1st and 10, now at their own 38. 4 receivers now. Empty backfield for Cross. It's a bad snap. And Cross is going to have to go back and fall on it inside the 30 at the 29. So a delay of game penalty on the very first play from scrimmage, and now you've got a bad snap from Collins Hill. So not exactly the start that head coach Drew Swick has envisioned. What a great job he has done. What a great job both these head coaches have done with these two talent-laden programs. Brian Appling for Buford, and, of course, Drew Swick for Collins Hill. So 2nd and 19 now. Cross going to throw it long down that left side. Got a man wide open, and he dropped it. Oh, no. There was nobody around the receiver, Gavin Schumann. He was so wide open, he was like, where's everybody? Oh, man. So Collins Hill is just hurting themselves. And don't look now, but it's 3rd and a mile for Collins Hill. 3rd down and 19. Collins Hill from their own 29. We're just underway if you've just joined us. And we've got an early timeout here. Timeout taken by Collins Hill. So Drew Swick wants to kind of get his team together and say, guys, let's settle down. You're a little too nervous. We're dropping passes. We can't get the playoff in time. We're making mistakes. It's too early for that. And I got to be honest with you, I know Collins Hill's undefeated, but you cannot make those kind of mistakes against a team like the Buford Wolves. Guys, it's Friday night. It's where student-athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. Just like these athletes, Fair and Fair puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Fair and Fair proudly supports high school football and proudly supporting tonight's ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Go to fairandfair.com to find the Georgia office of Fair and Fair closest to you. All right, coming out of the timeout now. 3rd down, 19. Collins Hill, they're on 29, just underway. 10:47 still left in the first quarter. No score. Buford, 3 down linemen. They're going to bring quite a few guys back in the nickel. They're going to set up the screen. That was well covered. Cross, incomplete, overthrown. So Collins Hill going to have to punt it away. Man, you go back to that drop pass, what could have been for Collins Hill. So 4th down, Collins Hill got to punt it away. Buford should get pretty good field position out of this. As we see, Jordan Allen back deep to return it, standing at his own 40. Man, he is a dangerous cat, let me tell you. Or a dangerous wolf. But I call everybody a cat. And what do we got? Another delay of game. Wow. That's 2 delay of games, guys. I don't know what's going on there, but Collins Hill not off to a good start at all here. Their 2nd delay of game. Philip Bonacci, I believe, is the punter back there for Collins Hill, trying to make out his number. He is. And he's going to get the punt off. Line drive kick. Allen going to take it at the 40. Look out, 45, 50. Big hit by one of the Collins Hill special teamers. Jordan Allen, though, on a good return, going to take it just into Collins Hill territory, I believe. Or they may spot it right at the 50, and that's indeed where it's going to be. So, Buford, their first offensive possession of the night. It's going to be our first look at the Wolves offense, starting at midfield. Dayton Riola, the junior. 37 of 64, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year. Got 3 wide receivers and a bunch set. Now got a man in motion going from right to left. Going to hand it. First man through. Taking it for about 5 yards. Justin Baker on the carry. Going to take it for a gain of about 5. I can tell you this. In the Woodward Academy game that we called second game of the year up at Collins Hill, this Collins Hill defensive front was absolutely ferocious. Now, will they be able to show that same tenacity tonight? We're going to find out. First down gain, though, for Buford goes for 5 yards from Baker. He's the lone back this time as Riola going to go under center. Play action. Riola going to roll out. Going to throw it across the middle. Oh, he had a man wide open, and he overshot him. Jordan Allen was wide open in the middle of the field. So both quarterbacks, a little nerve showing as that one sailed a little high for Riola. So a big play here for both these teams. For Collins Hill, they need a stop here on 3rd down. Buford would love to convert the 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Wolves from the Collins Hill 45. Riola going to go back into the pistol now, and what do we got? Man, that's going to be offsides encroachment on Collins Hill, and that's going to give Buford an easy first down. Not what you want. Collins Hill with some nerves here early. Boy, they are really making some costly mistakes. Mistakes you cannot make against Buford if you have hopes for beating these guys. Still a lot of football left to be played, but a little touchy start so far for Collins Hill. So that's going to give Buford first down the easy way. So 1st and 10. Buford now at the Collins Hill 40-yard lines. Riola calling out signals. Going to take, going to hand it. First man through, I believe that's Baker. First down and more for Justin Baker. Looked like Collins Hill was going to have him hemmed up, but Baker able to jimmy a couple of defenders and was able to get to the outside. So give Buford another first down. Did we have a penalty on that play? I didn't see a flag, but Buford is retreating. So a holding call, I'm guessing, going against the Wolves. That's typically what you see on a run play. Boy, talk about costly. So the penalty on Buford is going to spot the ball now. Now that was a personal foul call going against the Wolves, and that's going to put the ball all the way back now at Buford's own 45-yard line. Wow. So both teams hurting themselves, hurting their own chances here early to jump out on top. 9:29, 9:28. We're just underway. First quarter, no score. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Phil Jones with you. ITG next game of the week. Baker, a little toss. Here comes that Collins Hill defense up to stuff him for no gain. Or maybe give him a yard. That's about it. 2nd and long for the Wolves. Second down, 23 for Buford. 8:50 and counting to go in the first quarter. Riola. Calls for the ball. He's got it. Quick drop. Throws. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. For Collins Hill, that was number 54, Jaden Martin, the senior defensive lineman that got his big paw up there and was able to knock it down. So now we've got Buford, 3rd and long, 3rd and 23. It'll be interesting to see what Buford does here. You surely think it's automatic passing situation, and you're probably right. As Riola going to be in an empty set, all by himself. Now we got a man coming over to join him. I think that's Baker. Riola drops, looks. He's rolling out under pressure, looking, going to throw it. Incomplete. Heavy pressure. Riola was being chased by a Collins Hill defender that time. And the ball just really looked like it slipped out of his hands. That was Jaden Martin again putting the pressure on Riola. So what looked like a promising offensive start for the Wolves goes for naught. So here's Buford now going to have to punt it away. Back deep there for Collins Hill. Return man back there calling for the fair catch, and he's going to actually go out of bounds. As that was Atticus Joseph, the return man for Buford. But the punt from Kyle Carpenter. Got that one off the side of his foot a little bit, or either that or just kicking it away from Atticus Joseph. Either way, Collins Hill going to take over from right around their own 21-yard line. Phil Jones with you, ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Coming to you live tonight from Tom Ryden Stadium. Thanks so much for being with us. Let me know where you're watching the game from.
The ball will be placed at the Collins Hill 21-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Collins Hill. 1st and 10, their second offensive series. Boy, their first one really full of mistakes. Bad snap, but Makari Cross able to pluck it off the ground, but nothing doing. It was just a little toss that time to Cam Bass. Actually, that's Cam Jones. Wrong Cam. There's two Cams for Collins Hill. That was Cam Jones on the carry. Kelvin Smith watching us from Brooks County. What's up, brother? Just talked to your head football coach, Josh McFather, just before we went on the air tonight. He and the Brooks County crew watching that Bowden-Manchester game, a replay of last year's Class A Division II state championship game. Quick pass out here on the edge, complete, but immediately coming up for the Wolves to make the tackle was Demarius Nibby. Nathan Sloan giving us an update on Colquitt Lowndes. Big Region 1-6A battle down in southern Georgia. Colquitt up in that one 7-0. Here we're 0-0. 3rd and 7 for Collins Hill. Cross. Watch that play clock down to 10, 9, 8. They've already got 2 delay of games. 5 seconds, 4, 3. They'll get the snap off. Cross. That's actually A.J. Bush in there now. Long throw. They got a man wide open. Complete. Collins Hill's going to strike for a touchdown. 76 yards. Elijah Patillo. He got behind the Buford secondary. He broke wide open. And that time they had A.J. Bush, the junior, the righty, throwing that one. And, man, he found Patillo streaking wide open. They didn't drop that one. 76-yard touchdown pass for Collins Hill. They've gone on top 6-0. The point after is good. Collins Hill, 7. Buford, nothing. ITG next, Georgia, game of the week. How about that? Fireworks right away. Well, Collins Hill erased those early mistakes with one big bomb, didn't they? 76-yard touchdown pass that time to Elijah Patillo. Their leading receiver coming in with 3 touchdowns. You can add one more to that total. It's 4 touchdowns. And Collins Hill goes up 7-0. It comes with 6:42 left to go in the first quarter. Wow. Nothing like a big play, is there? Got me excited. But you guys know just how quickly Buford can strike. And we're about to see Buford receive the kick. Low line drive kick. And it's going to go out of bounds, I believe. No, it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. I thought it was heading out of bounds. Out of bounds. But going to be in the end zone for a touchback. And so we're going to see Buford go on offense. Second time tonight. So both these teams sputtering on their first offensive possession. But now let's see if Buford can answer the bell as Collins Hill did on their second offensive possession with the big touchdown pass. Collins Hill leads at 7-0, and now we're going to see the Wolves go back on offense for the second time tonight. Raiola ready to lead this offense from their own 20-yard line. Down 7-0 are the Wolves. Look out. Big running play. 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. Oh, he got tripped up. Did Kenyon Rivera. He was about to take it to the house. Wow. Boy, if not for Jeremiah Proctor, the sophomore defensive back, you were about to see Kenyon Rivera take it to the house. As it is, it's a 30-yard run, just like that. Buford goes from their own 20 to midfield. Wow. Riola. And we're going to see Collins Hill, I believe, with an encroachment call here. So give Buford 5 yards the easy way. Going to make it 1st and 5. Wouldn't be surprised to see Buford take a shot here. This is a gimme down. You got 1st down and 5, so you basically have 3 downs to make 5 yards. So wouldn't be surprised if Dayton Riola lines up a big one here. Let's see. 2 receivers far side. Now man in motion here. No, they're going to hand it off. And once again, that's Kenyon Rivera who's going to take it for the 1st down. So move the sticks. Going to be a Buford 1st down. 5 minutes, 50 seconds, and counting to go in the 1st quarter. It's Collins Hill on top 7-0, but Buford has come storming back down the field trying to answer. They've got it 1st and 10 now at the Collins Hill 39-yard line. 2 big runs by Rivera. Riola brings the man in motion. Little toss here to the back. 40, 35, 30. That went to number 13. Tyreek Green, Tom Boogie Green. And boy, Buford so far really gashing this Collins Hill defensive front. Run of 30, 10, 5, and now another, 11-yard run that time. So here comes Buford. Boy, they're on the march, doing it with the run game. Feed the beast, I say, and that's what they're going to do. Handoff up the middle. Taking it to about the 28-yard line. May have got back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they spot it. Actually, they'll give him a yard or 2. Spotting it at the 26. So let's give him a couple. 2nd down and 8. Ball now at the 26. 4:45, 4:44, 4:43 and counting to go in the 1st quarter. Phil Jones with you. ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Collins Hill leads at 7-0. But here comes Buford. They're driving. Riola barking signals out to his wideout. Going to take it. Going to look that way. Going to throw it long downfield. Got a man down there, and he overshot him. Had Ethan Irvin open for a second. Had a couple of Collins Hill defensive backs converging. It looked like Irvin got a little twisted around, but man, there for a second it looked like that was going to be the evening score, but not so fast. Pass goes incomplete. The scoreboard says 2nd down. I think it's 3rd down. It is 3rd down and 8 for Buford. Big play here. 2 receivers, far side. Riola looks, throws. Complete on a short pass. Going to drive him out of bounds at about the 22, 23-yard line. Going to be short of the 1st down, so it's decision time for Brian Appling and the Wolves. What are they going to do? Are they going to reach for a field goal here, or will they go for it? 4th down. Going to be 4th and about 4. Looks like Brian Appling is going to go for it. Complete change in personnel here. You got a lot of substitutions for Buford, so they're going to go for it. 4-12 to go in the 1st quarter. 4th down and 4 for Buford from the Collins Hill 22. Now it looks like we've got some indecision by Buford, and they're going to take a timeout. That'll give us a chance to take a timeout and tell you about our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, who want to remind you the wait is over. We know injuries can happen when you least expect it. That's why Northeast Georgia Physicians Group Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine is here for you with a new walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza in Buford. No more waiting for appointments. Our clinic is open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week, ready to provide you care when you need it, whether it's a sprain, strain, or any other orthopedic concern. Our expert team is here to identify, treat, and care for your injury. Remember, no appointment necessary. Just walk in and receive top-notch care from the skilled providers at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. For more information, visit ngpg.org/ortho walk-in clinic. Get the relief when you need it. Visit us today at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine in Buford. Big thanks to those folks and Farrah and Farrah, sponsors of our ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. All right, so Brian Appling said, let's take a timeout. Let's talk about it. Now he sends his offense back on the field. It's 4th down and 4, Buford from the Collins Hill 22. Here we go. What's going to happen here, guys? We're about to find out together. Raiola, Collins for it. He's got it. Going to toss it. And no, he's not going to make it. Collins Hill has held. Collins Hill has held. They pitched it to Ty Green, a little pitch. And he's going to be brought down at the 21-yard line. He was able to get a yard, but he needed 4. It's a big stop for Collins Hill, and it's a turnover on downs. Collins Hill's defense has done their job. They've turned away the Wolves. And we're going to see the Eagles offense go back on the field. What a series for this Collins Hill defense. I told you, we saw them back in week 2 against Woodward Academy. Boy, they were slashing and attacking, and they have done so here tonight, especially on that series, holding back the Mighty Wolves offense on a 4th and 4 to get their offense back on the field, which they are. So Collins Hill, 1st and 10 from their own 21. They lead at 7-0. Handoff up the middle. Going to lose a yard, I believe. Got an illegal shift on Collins Hill. Boy, they really hurt themselves with penalties. Four minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. Well, I tell you, Collins Hill leads it, but, man, they have really hurt themselves, but they lead the game 7-0 where it matters. That came on a 76-yard touchdown bomb from Cross to Patia at 6:42 of the game. Quick toss from Cross, complete, short gain. Give him a couple. Pass was complete that time to Gavin Schumann for a little gain. By the way, I believe Buford had declined that last penalty because it's 3rd down. So 3rd down and 9 for Collins Hill. Ball at their own 22. 3 receivers far side. There's one here to the near side. McKyree Cross. Play clock running down again. He's got it. No, it's a bad snap. He lost the fumble. He lost it. And, boy, right now, Collins Hill, other than the 76-yard touchdown pass, the Eagles are having all kind of trouble on offense. Bad snaps, penalties, delay of game, and another bad snap. I believe that's the 3rd bad snap. Actually, it was a good snap, and McKyree Cross just dropped it. And he was very fortunate to get back on that one. Wow. So Collins Hill, they lead it. But, man, they're just flirting with disaster. And right now, you're going to ask Philip Bonacci, the junior punter, to punt this one out of his own end zone. He does. High kick, taken at the 40. Look out. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, down at the 3. That's what happens. You make penalties, you make mistakes. And we do have a penalty flag here. Let's check the call. Probably going to be a block in the back or a hold on Buford, but I'm just guessing. We'll wait for the official call, but that's probably what you're going to get. We're about to get the official call from the crew chief. It is a hold going against Buford on the big return. So actually, and I know it sounds like I'm kind of picking on Collins Hill. I'm not. Just kind of stating the obvious, but Buford really not doing themselves any favors either. So a kind of a strange start. Collins Hill's defense playing well. Their offense, not so much, except for one big play, which has been the difference. But, boy, they've done their job keeping Buford off the scoreboard, but can they continue to do that? Buford, even with the penalty, still going to wind up with good field position at the Collins Hill 29 with just under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, with Collins Hill leading at 7-0. Riola takes it. Little end-around toss. Trying to get to the edge. Collins Hill going to sort that one out very well. It's a great job that time. And I believe we're going to have another penalty. Let's check it. We are. Somebody got cracked backed on that one. Injured player, thankfully, is up. Got to be a hold on Buford. Now, just as much as I said he was up on his feet, now the injured Collins Hill player now is back down on the ground. That's number 28, Jaden Hunt, the sophomore. Anytime you see those plays that start one way and come back the other and you get a shift in momentum, well, you see those tough blocks like that. That's what happened there. But fortunately, Jaden Hunt able to get off the field under his own power. All right, so here we go. Now Buford has got it. After the penalty at the Collins Hill 39-yard line. Now, 1st and 20 for the Wolves. They trail it 7-0. 1:35 and counting to go in the first quarter. Collins Hill leads it 7-0. Riola takes, hands it. First man through. Short gain for Dylan McCoy, the junior. Going to be 2nd down and 18. Short gain that time for the Wolves. Under a minute to go. 55 seconds, 54 seconds. Boy, Buford coaches are really screaming, trying to get a man up on the line. He does adjust. Handoff, nothing doing. There's that massive Collins Hill defensive front, shutting him down. Leading the way, number 33, Javon Hatch, the senior. Goodness gracious. Boy, this Collins Hill defense, they have been the difference maker. Offense has done just enough this year, though, to get the Collins Hill a 6-0 record on the year. They're 2-0 in region play. And Collins Hill's defense really keeping their team in this game, and they lead it 7-0. They turned the Wolves away earlier on the last possession. Can they do it again on 3rd and 11? We're going to find out after we go to the second quarter, because the first quarter horn sounds. So we've played one here at Tom Ryden Stadium. where Collins Hill leads it 7-0. Phil Jones with you. ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Stephen K. Wynn gives us an update. Lowndes 14, Colquitt County 7. Boy, that's a big one down in down in Moultrie. Valdosta will play tomorrow. Valdosta Camden in a Class 1-6A matchup. So everybody's in region play right now. As we get down now to the nitty-gritty, not to say that what's happened before now doesn't matter, but it's region play that gets you into the playoffs. Right now, Collins Hill 2-0 in the region, Buford 1-0 in the region. Obviously, this game big for a lot of reasons, including taking over first place in Region 8, 6A. Big thanks to Farah and Northeast Georgia Physicians Group sponsoring tonight's game. Remember, you can go to farahandfarah.com to find the Georgia office of Farah and Farah closest to you. That's farahandfarah.com. And don't forget, Northeast Georgia Physicians Group got their new walk-in clinic open in Buford. All right, so here we go. We're ready to start the second quarter. It's 3rd and 11. Buford's got it at the Collins Hill 40, just underway, second quarter. First play of the second stanza, and we'll watch it together. Raiola, barking signals. Man, he likes to chat, doesn't he? Going to hand it all, trying to branch it outside. Going to get to the corner and check the spot. He's going to be close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a half yard short, but let's wait and see. Man, it was 3rd and 11. They gave it to Dylan McCoy, who was able to bounce it outside. And, guys, I see your comments about the commentator and what's happening on the screen not in sync. We'll see if we can get that fixed for you from Mr. Producer. So 11:52, a timeout here. I believe it's going to be 4th down. Collins Hill leads. If you've just joined us, Collins Hill has not been able to do very much. They've made a lot of mistakes. However, in between everything that they've done, they were able to strike on a McKyree cross. 76-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Patillo back at 6:42 in the first quarter. The extra point from Philip Bonacci was good. And that's where we stand, 7-0. You guys can let me know if we've got this problem figured out and see if we can get things sorted out for you. 11:52. It is going to be 4th down. And it should be 4th and about a yard. As they're spotting the chains. Well, the scoreboard says 4th and 11. It was 3rd and 11, unless that was wrong. So where the chains are, it's 4th and 11. Guys, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you guys are too, but let's find out what happens together. So where the chains are, they've got to get it to the 19 for a first down. So I'll stick with 4th and 11. Raiola under a heavy rush. He scrambles out. He's going to throw it long to the end zone. Batted down, incomplete. And the Collins Hill defense has done it again. So Collins Hill's defense has done it again. For the second consecutive series, they're able to turn away the Buford Wolves on a 4th down. Raiola was scrambling. He was under a heavy rush that time. And he threw it to the end zone. But, man, there was a lot of white shirts, green and white shirts back there to knock it down. So the Collins Hill defense does their job. And we're going to see the offense go back out on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 30. Makari Cross, short draw, looks, throws, got a man wide open on that far side, complete. It's up to the 44-yard line. That was Elijah Patillo on the catch. He's the man. And, guys, I do see your comments about the delay on our audio. We're going to see if we can get that fixed for you. I'm not sure what the problem is. We'll see if Mr. Producer can get it fixed for us. 1st down for Collins Hill from their own 45. Cross, going to take it, going to hand it off, and nothing doing. Going to run into a host of gold shirts that time is number 30, Maddox Henderson. So far, the Collins Hill run game not able to get anything going. And their entire offense has come from the passing game. So after the 1st down catch, their run play loses 3 yards. So 2nd and 13, Collins Hill now back at their own 42-yard line. 10:50 to go in the first half. Collins Hill leads at 7-0. 3 receivers out here to the near side. You may start to see Collins Hill air it out a little bit more because they have had some success throwing the football. Little option pitch this time from Cross. Going to get it to about the 41. May have got back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more, though, as Maddox Henderson took a little option pitch from Makari Cross. But the Buford defense was all over it. Play was a little slow developing. And that gave the Collins Hill, or the Buford defense, a chance to come up and knock him down. So nothing doing for Collins Hill. 3rd and 13. 10 minutes even to go in the first half, with Collins Hill leading at 7-0. 3 receivers far side, 1 here to the near side. There's 1 man on the right hip of Cross who's going to roll out to the right. Heavy rush. Going to just throw it away. That's a smart play. From the sophomore quarterback. There is a penalty flag down. You would imagine we get a holding call on that one, and that is indeed what it's going to be. So it's a holding call. So if you're Brian Appling, do you take the penalty or say, no, let's make them punt it? I think that's what they're going to do. So it's declined. So a punting situation. So Collins Hill's defense saves the day, but the offense not able to get anything going. So we're going to see another Collins Hill punt from Philip Bonacci. Back deep is Mr. Dangerous. I can say that about a lot of these Wolves, though. Jordan Allen back deep to return this punt. High snap. Penalty flag down. Let's check that. As the punt going to go out of bounds at about the 34. Now check the call. Check the penalty. Let's see what the flag's going to be. Big shout out to my buddy Kerry Clayton, the public address announcer here at Buford High School for the home games. Wanted me to give a shout out to his daughter, Anna Clayton, who's on the snare drum tonight for the Buford Marching Wolves. All right, let's get the call from the crew chief here. What do we got? Still waiting. It's an illegal shift again. Boy, Collins Hill, just all kind of penalties tonight. Just mistake after mistake. But again, they lead at 7-0. Brian Appling says, let's decline it, I think. Or are they going to make them kick it again? I guess they will. So, going to make them re-punt it. Philip Bonacci is back there, takes the snap. Whoa, man, almost got that one blocked. Wow. This time the punt taken on a bounce. Big return. Still on his feet is number 4, Jordan Allen. Man, he is so dangerous. He actually took that one on a bounce back at about the 25, and he's going to take it for a 25-yard gain up to the 50. So Buford will once again start with great field position. They trail it 7-0. Give a lot of credit to this Collins Hill defense, who has been able to thwart the Buford offense despite the Wolves with great possession after possession in great field position. So we're going to see if Collins Hill defense can get it done again. Obadiah Farley telling us Thomas Kenny Central up on Veterans 28-3. All right, so here we go. Collins Hill on defense. Buford got it at the Collins Hill 49. Buford trails it 7-0. Collins Hill leads it on a long touchdown pass back midway through the first quarter. Riola now, this time under center, and we've got whistles. Going to have a delay of game here, I believe. Delay of game on the Wolves. So Buford first and 15 now. The ball back on their side of the 50 at their 46 following the 5-yard penalty. First and 15 for Buford. 9:22 left to go in the first half. Collins Hill leads at 7-0. You got to feel that Riola's going to uncork a long one here. Not this time. Ball carrier Justin Baker. Takes it back to the line of scrimmage. 46-yard line, and that's about it. So no gain. 2nd and 15 for the Wolves. 8:50 and counting. Okay, so it says we fixed the audio. Okay, that's good news. Lowndes 21, Colquitt County 14. What a game they must have going down in Moultrie at the Hog Pen. All right, Riola, quick throw, bobbled, but taken in. Man, look at that Collins Hill defense. They are jumping up and down. Boy, they got some energy. After stuffing the receiver on that one, Kyle Carpenter, who caught it. Juan Q says, sounds better. Thank you. Shout out to my 5-year-old daughter, Callie, who is sitting next to me watching the game. Callie, how you doing, hon? Are you enjoying the game? Who's Callie rooting for? Is she a Wolves fan or an Eagles fan? Talk to me tonight, guys. Let me know what team you're rooting for. Big play. 3rd down and 12. They lost a yard on that play. Run play, look out. Didn't lose a yard on that one. Man. Justin Baker just slashed through the left side of that Collins Hill defensive front. Kind of got a feeling that Collins Hill was looking for the pass play on 3rd and long. They didn't get it. Instead, they got a slashing running back, Justin Baker, who's going to take it for a 1st down. So the Wolves pick up a new set of downs, taking it to the Collins Hill 33-yard line. 7:26, 7:25, 7:24 to go in the first half. Collins Hill leads at 7-0. Man, Buford has driven and driven, but the defense of the Eagles has turned them away. Can they do again? Riola is in the gun. He's going to take it. Short drop. Looks. There's the long pass I was talking about earlier, and he overshot his receiver. Great coverage that time from C.J. Hector, the senior defensive back. Pass was intended for Sam Harkness, but it's going to fall incomplete. 2nd down, 10. From the Eagles' 33-yard line, the incomplete stops the clock with 7:03 left to go in the first half. Collins Hill leads at 7-0. You're watching the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. I'm Phil Jones on the play-by-play. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight, guys. Tonight's game brought to you by Farrah & Farrah, personal injury attorneys and Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. Snap to Riola. Short run, left side, going to go to Ethan Irvin. Not much. Boy, number 33 for Collins Hill. Win, lose, or draw. Javon Hatch is jumping up. He's jumping up and down on every play. And you just love the excitement, the energy. That's what high school football is all about. High school sports, high school student athletes. That's what it's all about, guys. Having fun. All right, so here we go. That's another big third down play. How many times have I said that tonight already? And we're only in the first half. 6:20 to go. 3rd and 7 for the Wolves from the Collins Hill 30. Riola, little handoff. Wow. He broke 1 or 2 tackles, did Irvin. Not able to get away, though, from the third set of tackles. He's going to be short of the first down, way short of the first down. So what's Bryant Appling and the Buford Wolves going to do here? They're kind of in no man's land, you would think. They're too far out for the field goal, too close for the punt. So Bryant Appling says we're going to go for it. Wouldn't be surprised to see him run the ball. Fourth and 5 from the Collins Hill 28. Here we go. Riola in the gun. He gets the snap. Looks under a heavy rush. Riola's going to be sacked. Oh! Number 29, Stephen Barjolo. On the quarterback sack. We have a penalty flag down. Check the call. What do we got? Oh, boy. Buford says it's on Collins Hill. Let's wait for the official call. If that is, that hurts. Now they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave off the flag. No penalty. So they're waving off the flag. No penalty. So Collins Hill's defense has come up big once again, and they're going to hold Buford. And they're going to force the turnover on downs yet again. So Collins Hill's defense comes up big once again. They preserve, for now, the 7-0 lead that the Eagles offense has so far. 7-0. Collins Hill leads it. 5:14 left to go in the first half. ITG Next Georgia's Game of the Week coming to you from Tom Ryden Stadium. McKyree Cross. 3 receivers here to the near side. Now going to take a man in motion. Cross, long drop, setting up the screen. Complete. Now it's incomplete. Dangerous pass that time. Boy, there was a lot of gold shirts, about as many gold shirts as there were white shirts around that one. And for Collins Hill, might be okay that one fell harmlessly to the turf, incomplete. Collins Hill offense really not able to get much going at all except for what has been the difference in this game, and that was a 76-yard touchdown pass back at 6:42 of the first quarter. And that's the difference in this game. It's the only score of the game. 7-0. Collins Hill leads it. 5:07 left to go in the first half. 2nd and 10, Collins Hill from their own 39. McKyree Cross takes. Short drop. Quarterback draw. He's going to run it. 40. Look out. 45. He's going to slide down at the 49. That's a smart quarterback. Usually these young guys like to put their head down, but McKyree Cross, mature beyond his years as a sophomore. Now, he may have slid, though, short of the first down. I think he did. So McKyree slid a little shy of third base. 3rd down and 1 after the gain of 9 from Cross. So big play here for Collins Hill. Cross got up, thought he had the first down. Let's see, Collins Hill now. Cross going to go under center. Let's see if they just quarterback sneak it. That's exactly what they're going to do. We got penalty flags down. Are we going to get an offsides? Let's see. It is offsides. Well, they're calling offsides on Collins Hill. Now, you don't see that a lot. Usually if it goes against the offense, it's a procedure. But I guess the Eagles lined up offsides on offense. Boy, you do not see that very often at all. Man, that hurts, Collins Hill. And how many times have I said that tonight? So instead of 3rd and a yard, now you got 3rd and 6 for Collins Hill. Back at their own 43. Watch that penalty. That may hurt. Now Crosto going to go right back up under center. 4 minutes and counting to go in the first half. Cross, play action, deep drop, looks, throws to the sideline. There's nobody there. Incomplete. Wow. Now you want to talk about a costly penalty, costly mistake. Collins Hill was 3rd and a yard, and they lined up on offense offsides. Wow. So, 4th down and 6 for Collins Hill. Obviously, a punting situation. And I got to tell you, the way that Mr. Jordan Allen has been returning these punts, you got the feeling that he could break this at any second. He's going to field this one back at his own 15. Going to break it out here to this near side. And now he'll be caught from behind at the 26-yard line. So a good job that time by the Collins Hill special teamers. And another penalty flag has been thrown. I don't know what this could be. Drew Swick is pointing toward Buford. Is this going to be a penalty that will give Collins Hill a first down? No. It was unsportsmanlike conduct on Collins Hill. It was thrown at the feet of the punter after he punted the football. Drew Swick, though, was pointing toward Buford, which was a little confusing there. So, again, guys, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but right now, Collins Hill, they lead at 7-0. But, man, they are flirting with disaster, to quote the old Molly Hatchet hit from years gone by. Flirting with disaster indeed is Collins Hill. Yeah, they lead at 7-0, but man, mistake after mistake after mistake. But where it counts on the scoreboard right now, Eagles lead at 7-0. 3:35 left to go in the first half. The ITG Next Georgia game of the week. We're going to be back up here next week for Milton Gainesville. How about that? All right, so here's Buford now. First down, look out. Big run play, 50, 45. Again, you just kind of get the feeling that with Collins Hill making mistake after mistake after mistake, it's only a matter of time before this explosive Buford offense is going to take advantage. Morris Shields gives us Ola 10-0 over Stockbridge at the half. That's a big one. Donnie Jarvis updates us on the Colquitt Lowndes game. Colquitt back up in that one, 28-21. If you got any scores, pass them along to me. Bowden Manchester, a big one tonight. 1st and 10 for Buford, now at the Collins Hill 42. Another run play, taking it inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line is number 7, Dylan McCoy. Man, Buford just got weapon after weapon after weapon, don't they? Right now, though, they are scoreless, which is kind of a miracle. Gain of 3 yards on that play. 2nd down and 7. With 3 minutes to go in the half. 3 minutes with Collins Hill leading at 7-0. Raiola calls for it. Going to hand it off, left side. Tyreek Green gets the carry. Short gain. Boy, Drew Swick is all in the side judge's ear. I mean, he's talking to him the whole game. He's talking to him right now. All right, 3rd down and 7. There was no gain on that play from Ty Boogie Green. Passing situation, you would think for Buford, 2:14 to go in the half, but you never know. Piece of equipment on the field, so it's an official quick timeout. They'll reset the play clock. Game clock continues to run now. 2 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd down and 7, a big play for both teams. Tyreek Green's got it. Going to take it for a short gain to about the 36-yard line. Give him 3 yards. And once again, it's going to bring up a 4th down, critical 4th down situation for the Wolves. And they're bringing the big guys in this time. So Buford showing no signs of wanting to punt the football. I think the last 3-4 possessions, they've had this 4th and 4. And here we go again. I think Drew Swick's going to take a timeout. Brings his defense over as Buford brought the big package in. Man, they had the meat in there ready to snap it to the big guys. But Drew Swick, the defensive-minded coach that he is, he saw what was happening, and he calls a timeout. Guys, Farrah and Farrah want to remind you, it's Friday night. It's where student athletes compete with everything on the line, chasing greatness and forging unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that will be etched in their memories forever. It's football. It's high school football, and there's no tradition. Quite like it. And just like these athletes tonight on the field, Farrah and Farrah puts it on the line every day for their clients. They'll do the same for you, which is why Farrah and Farrah proudly supports high school football. Guys, go to farrahandfarrah.com. That's farrahandfarrah.com to find the Georgia office of Farrah and Farrah. 1st down and more. Almost broke it. Justin Baker went behind left tackle. Boy, Collins Hill was bunched up in there. They were looking to try to get the stop, but nothing doing. Gain of 26 yards down to the Collins Hill 10-yard line. And don't look now, but here come the Wolves. It's actually spotted at the 12. 1st and 10 from the 12. Going to give it to him again. Taking it inside the 5 is Justin Baker. We're under a minute to go. Buford looking for the tying touchdown here late in the half. 50 seconds. 49, 48. Second, and you can get a 1st down, 2nd and 1 without scoring. Going to give it to Baker again. Going to be stopped. May have lost a yard depending on the spot. 31 seconds. And Buford takes a timeout. 31 seconds in the half left to go. 7-0. Collins Hill leads it. We've seen this Collins Hill defense time and time and time again tonight thwart the Buford offensive threat. Can they do it again with Buford knocking on the door? 3rd down and 3. Now, Wolves can get a 1st down without scoring here. Ball at the 5. They can get it to the 2 and get a 1st down. But there's 31 seconds left. Man, this Collins Hill defense has come up time and time again. Can they do it again, or will Bryant Appling's offense be able to do something. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe some kind of bootleg on this third down call. But then again, Justin Baker has been slashing at this Collins Hill defense on this particular drive. So we're going to find out here together what's going to happen. Anything on Richmond Hill, Tift County? Who had the ball first? Collins Hill had the ball first. So Buford will receive to start the second half. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 3. They can get a first down without scoring. Will Collins Hill's defense be able to do it again? The ball at the 5-yard line. I formation behind Riola. There's the pitch going to Green. And they're going to knock him out of bounds. They're going to knock him out of bounds. No gain. 4th down, 29 seconds left. And I think Bryant Appling may going to take the field goal here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So the hold will come at the 11. Going to be a 21-yard field goal attempt. Here's the snap. The hold. The kick is up. The kick is good.
The long snapper is Dawson Whitcomb. The holder is Sam Hughes. And the field goal by Martin Pavletti is good.
So Martin Pavletti with the first score of the night. It comes on a 21-yard field goal, and it comes with 26 seconds left to go in the first half. And, guys, how do you see that? Is that a Collins Hill win, holding Buford out of the end zone? Or do you consider it a Buford win, finally getting on the board here within the last 30 seconds of the first half? I would say kind of a little of both. Richmond Hill 14, Tift County 10. That's late in the third. Thanks so much for James Reimer updating us on that score. Let me know where you're watching the game from tonight, guys. Linda Stitham says, let's go Eagles. Pierce County leading Cook 28-7 at the half. No real surprise there. Short kick taken 12, 20, 25, 30. And return man, Jakari Thomas, number 0 on the return. And going to give Collins Hill first down. Now, and what a surprise. There's a penalty flag down. How about that? Probably it's going to be a hold on Collins Hill on the return, you would think. And that's exactly what it was. Guys, at halftime, we're going to keep the camera fixed on the field so you can enjoy the halftime entertainment. However, due to copyright concerns for which we have no control over, we're not going to be able to bring you the audio, but we'll give you the video version. Collins Hill going to take a knee here, going to go into the locker room with the lead 7-3 at the half, as that will bring us to the end of the first half of play. Well, Collins Hill's defense has kept their Eagles in the lead. The Collins Hill offense doing just enough with a 76-yard touchdown pass back at 6:42 of the first quarter as Jakari Cross found Elijah Patillo getting behind the Buford secondary for a long bomb. The extra point was good. Collins Hill led it 7-0, and of course Buford, their first score of the game comes on a 21-yard field goal with mere seconds left, 26 seconds left to go in the first half, and that's where we will go into the locker room in this big Region 8-6A matchup with Collins Hill leading it 7-3 on the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Big thanks to our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group and Farah personal injury attorney. 7-3, your score at the half. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with the second half right after this on the ITG Next Georgia All right, guys, welcome back. Phil Jones with you. ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. For those of you that have been watching on, well, either Facebook or YouTube, we certainly do appreciate you checking out the game. I spent the first half with our friends on Facebook, and the second half, I'm going to be chatting with you guys that have been watching us on YouTube, and I've got a lot of comments to get made up. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize for that. So let's make up some of these comments. If I missed your comment in the first half, hey, send it to me again. Just like Yolanda Rivera watching from Winder, Georgia, says, go Eagles. Alexander Sanchez says, I thought it was 7-3. It is 7-3 is your score, with Collins Hill leading it 7-3. Marion Jefferson, it is the screen wrong. I don't think so. 7-3 is the score. All right, so David Geralds. I got a feeling that Deuce is your guy, David. What an impact player he is. Dr. Ramona Lancaster Epps watching from Tallahassee. My grandson is number 3 for Buford. That's Bryce Perry Wright. So Dr. Ramona Lancaster Epps, thanks so much for checking out the show. I'll get it right. Kale Bierman is watching from Idaho. Says, go Eagles. There's been some talk about who the kicker is. So J.D. Gregory is no longer at Buford. He is not sure what happened there. The new kicker is Martin Pabletti. Cindy Armstead, do you think that Buford going to win? I don't know. I don't know. It is a tight game, I tell you. They say defense wins championships. I'll tell you this, guys, as we get ready to start the second half, by the way, our game brought to you tonight by Fair & Farrah Personal Injury Attorneys and our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. Collins Hill has got to do one thing. Yes, they lead 7-3. But, man, they have committed mistake after mistake after mistake. Listen, I'm just saying the obvious. I really don't like to downplay young men. They're out on the field. I'm not. But as the commentator tonight, it's kind of my job to tell you what's happening, and that's what's happening. Now, if Collins Hill cannot correct the mistakes, if you keep committing the same mistake after mistake after mistake like Collins Hill has done, you're going to let a talented team get back in the game. And Buford is certainly a very talented squad. So, again, thanks so much for checking out the game. Alexa Jimenez says, go Collins Hill. Brandon Ballou is watching from Indiana. Thanks so much for checking out the game tonight. I'm going to chat with you guys here on YouTube as I'll be with you guys here in the second half. Thanks so much for being a part of the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. We will bring you the game uninterrupted, no commercial breaks. So that's what you get with us at ITG Next Georgia. Uninterrupted play, straight through. Brandon is a Mill Creek fan checking out next week's opponent. Go Hogs. I hear you, Brandon. Do a little scouting tonight. Let me know where you're watching the game from tonight, guys, as we get ready to start the second half of play. So Buford, after the second half kick, ready to take it. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Wolves trail it 7-3. Ready to go here in this third quarter. Buford able to get a 21-yard field goal there at the end of the first half. Little pitch out on the edge. Short gain from Ethan Irvin, taking it over the left side. Proctor on the tackle, driving him out of bounds. Give him the, let's see where they'll spot it. 37, gain of 2. My bad. It was a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Ball at the 38 now, they'll say. Just underway, third quarter, with Buford trailing it 7-3. Riola trying to get Lewis Baker set. Going to hand it to him, trying to get around the edge. He's going to avoid one tackle, but driven out of bounds. Irvin driven out of bounds over there on the far side. By Josh Johnson, who drives him out of bounds. So 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 6 now, where they'll spot it. 3rd and 6. Man, it seems like Buford has been in this situation all night long in that first half. Collins Hill defense has responded. Can they do it again? 3rd down and 6. A lot of communication between Riola and his guys out on the edge and the sideline. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Play clock running down. 2 seconds. 1 second. They just get it off. Riola going to throw it long down this near side. Diving catch. Did he make it? Yes! A diving catch by Jordan Allen. D. Hayes, 77-87, watching from Greensboro, North Carolina. My nephew, Torrey Costin, for Buford, number 19. Well, what a catch. 3rd down and short. They went long. Big-time gain that time. Great throw from Riola to Jordan Allen on a diving catch. So here we go. 1st and 10. Buford in business here at the Collins Hill 35. Going to fake the pitch. Going to throw. Complete to the 20. Beautiful looking play that time. Had the Collins Hill defense fooled on the fake pitch. Riola rolled out, found the receiver open at the 20. So it's a new set of downs for Buford. Buford looking quite good on this opening possession of the second half. They trail it 7-3, but here come the Wolves. 1st and 10, Buford at the Collins Hill 21. Riola. Going to bring a couple of men now over in motion. They'll set the edge. Riola going to take it. Play action. Throws across the middle. Overshot a receiver. Kyle Carpenter was wide open on a crossing route, but Riola's pass a little too high for him. Charles Pope says, great catch. Indeed it was. Charles Pope also wondering why they ran 2 runs to the short side. Yeah, I'm not sure, but they have come back now with a great series here. 2nd down and 10, Buford. We're just underway. Second half. Buford trails at 7-3, but here comes the Wolves. 2nd and 10 at the Collins Hill 21. Riola drops, looks, throws. Got a man wide open. And he dropped it. Oh! Ethan Irvin was wide open. He did have to turn around, reach up for the ball. Man, he was wide open, and he dropped it. We've seen both these teams drop wide open passes tonight. Ouch. That was a sure touchdown there. So now you've got 3rd down and 10, Buford at the Collins Hill 21. We're just underway, 3rd quarter. Can the Collins Hill defense make another stop? Boy, they have counted on this defense all night long. Riola, short drop, heavy rush. Riola going to step up, going to run for it. 10-5. Riola puts his head down, goes to the 4. Boy, you don't see him do that a lot. That's run the football, but he saw the opening that time, and he's able to take it down to the 4-yard line for a 17-yard scamper, and it's a Buford 1st down. Wolves 1st and goal to go inside the 5. Great day. What a play. Remember, I said at the beginning of the broadcast, Dayton Riola, he didn't run it a lot. But, man, that time he saw the opening. Collins Hill defense parted like the the White Sea. Ball carrier going to be down at the 1. He fumbled it, but he's going to be down. Justin Baker down at the 1-yard line. Parted like the Red Sea is what I was trying to say. did the Collins Hill defense. Let me know where you're checking out the game from tonight, guys. If you got a player in this game, either side, we'd love to give them a shout-out. Like John Green. John, going to give you a shout-out here in just a moment. Let's see if Buford can put this one in. No signal yet. Forward progress gives him about the half-yard line. No touchdown. Well, you just got to wonder how long this Collins Hill defense can. We did have a penalty flag on the play. Now, that could be huge. Let's check and see what that is. That's an illegal shift on Buford. That's huge. So now, instead of having it at the half-yard line, you've got it now back at the 6. Actually, about the 6.5. John Green watching my nephew, Torrey Costin, a.k.a. Little T for the Buford Wolves. John, thanks so much for checking out the game. John Green from Greensboro, North Carolina. Hope you guys are up there and are safe up there, John. Run play. Nothing doing. Going to bring him down for a loss in the backfield. Oh, look at that man, number 33. Javon Hatch for Collins Hill. What a play. Cindy Armstead watching from Georgia. What part of Georgia? Melvin Harris, former player, won state championship in 2007 for Buford, watching from Dallas, Texas. Melvin, the beauty of the internet gives you the option to watch us anywhere and watch your young men play or young ladies, whatever the case may be. Big play here. 3rd down and goal from the 7. Rayola looks. There he goes. Going to try to run it again. But they're going to snatch him down. Going to lose a yard. How many times can this Collins Hill defense answer the bell? Well, they've done it again. Wow. Buford had it at the half-yard line, guys. And I talked about the Collins Hill mistakes. A Buford mistake on an illegal shift put it out past the 5-yard line. So now new Buford kicker Martin Pobletti is going to try it from 15, a 25-yard attempt. The kick is up. And it's good. So Martin Pobletti, the new kicker for Buford, has knocked down a 21-yard field goal and now a 25-yard field goal at 7:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, I'm going to ask you, you got to consider that a win for the Collins Hill defense, right? Buford had it at the half-yard line. You got to think that's automatic with this vaunted offense. So once again, Collins Hill defense answers the bell. But no offense so far from Collins Hill except for one big 76-yard touchdown pass back in the 1st quarter. And that has been the difference in the game as Collins Hill now clings to a 1-point lead, 7-6. Collins Hill leads at 7:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. I'm Phil Jones. You're watching the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. Theresa Green says, go 13. Ty Boogie, Buford, Lovejoy, Georgia. MS Vines, 0711, watching from Lawrenceville. Charles Pope says the kicker just started playing football last week. Melanie Skinner, Collins Hill defense is awesome. Let's work on the offense. Sarah Alexander says, just give me my money. Emma Jenkins Lawson. Emma Lawson from West Virginia. Shout out to Jalen Burrows, my grandson. You got it. Jackie Shah from China. Checking out the game. Cindy Armstead, watching from Grayson, Georgia. Let me know where you're watching from. I'll give you a shout out. You got a youngster on the field tonight. I'll give them a shout out. That is my promise to you guys as I catch up with you YouTubers here in the second half after visiting with our friends over on Facebook in the first half. Wherever you're watching us tonight, guys, thanks so much for being with us. We bring you the best in Georgia high school football every Friday night here on the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week, brought to you by Northeast Georgia Physicians Group and our friends at Farrah and Farrah, personal injury attorneys. Here we go with Collins Hill clinging to a 7-6 lead. Can the Eagles find any more offense? That is the question. Perletti's kick. Going to be taken at the 29-yard line, called for and made the fair catch there. Number 4, Elijah Patillo, who has the lone touchdown catch for the Eagles on the fair catch on the kickoff that time. And that's going to give Collins Hill decent starting field position at the 30-yard line as the offense comes out on the field. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. You're the offensive coordinator for Drew Swick. What do you call here? Do you try to keep airing it out? Do you throw another long bomb? Do you try to run it? What say you? Nico Trebb here from Ocean Springs. Where's that at? Just another mistake. Bad snap. Cross had to run over and just jump on it to avoid disaster. And Collins Hill, mistake after mistake. Oh, I'm sorry, Ocean Springs, what is that, Mississippi? I need to learn my state abbreviations. All right, little screen pass thrown out there on the far side. Not much. They have lost a yard. Right now, Collins Hill's offense is struggling. So I've talked about the Collins Hill defense and how well they played. Let's give a little credit to this Buford defense because they're causing a good bit of this disruption on the Collins Hill offensive side. 3rd down, and they got to get it to Helen for a first down here. I mean, it's 3rd and a mile. Cross. Chased out of the pocket. And he's just going to he just underhanded the ball. It's intercepted. What's he doing? It's intercepted by Buford. He just threw it up for grabs. That's the youth coming through there. Cross was being chased out of the pocket. He panicked. He just underhanded it. I think he was trying to get it out of bounds. Instead, it's intercepted by Buford. And that was Ty Boogie on the interception. And, man, don't look now, but that's going to give Buford 1st and 10 at the Collins Hill 34. Wow. 6:01 left to go in the 3rd. Buford, after an interception, has got it. A big hole. I could have ran through that. Baker just had, it was the biggest hole. You could have driven a Mack truck through that hole. And he just busted it for about 15. Taking it to the 15. Again, I'll ask the question once again. How many times can Collins Hill's defense continue to come up big? 10-5. Touchdown. Touchdown, Buford. Justin Baker. Mistake after mistake after mistake eventually will get you. And that's what's happened to Collinsville tonight. With a team like Buford with so many weapons, you're asking your defense time and time and time again to try to hold them, and it just can't do it. Buford out of the swinging gate, going to get the 2-point conversion. Wow. Sam Harkness, they direct snap to him out of the swinging gate. And just like that, Buford is up by a touchdown. It's 14-7. 5:24 left to go in the third quarter. Jamani Jackson Burton watching the tank Marcus Major from Orlando, Florida. Brandon Ballou says, wow, I've never seen an underhanded lob for an interception. Oh, Big Scoot, Yazoo City, Mississippi's in the house. What's up, Big Scoot? Melanie Skinner, shout out to you, Mr. Announcer. Give yourself a hand. I love it. I love it. Uncle Twizzle says, my nephew's number 15, Daniel Slack, Collinsville defense, watching from Seaport, a.k.a. Savannah, Georgia. Melanie Skinner, I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you, Charles Polk, for your follow-up comments and compliment. I appreciate that, guys. Nothing like high school football on a Friday night coming to you from Tom Ryden Stadium, Northeast Atlanta. It's a perfect night for football. What could be better if you're a Collinsville fan? Well, what was a lead has now evaporated. But, guys, let's be honest. You could kind of see that coming, couldn't you? Collinsville has got to find some semblance of offense if they want to get back in this game. Now, it's 14-7, and it's very much still within reach. But, again, I've seen enough football to know when you make and you commit mistake after mistake after mistake, it's going to come back to haunt you, especially against a talented team. And Buford is talented. We all know that. But can Collinsville answer the bell? They've done it once tonight. Can they do it again? Can they strike it big? We're going to find out together. 5:24 left to go in the third. Buford now up 14-7. And here comes the kick. Collinsville, a couple of men back deep. Boy, could they get a big return here. Let's see. Taken at the 14, 15, 20, 25. And going to take it up to the 30-yard line. That was number 5, Cam Jones. One of 2 Cams for the Collinsville Eagles. Takes it up to the 30. 18-yard return for Jones. Going to give Collinsville first and 10 at their own 30. So a brand new ball game now, isn't it? Boy, you can feel the momentum has shifted in a big way. It was 7-0 forever. Then Buford gets a late field goal at the end of the first half. They get a field goal to start the second half, and now they've gotten a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in this third quarter. And right now, Mo is in the side of Buford. Can Collinsville get it back? Cross, short drop. Throws, complete up to about the 32. Short gain of a couple. Seth Thrasher says, let's go Eagles. Chan, Lee County High School in the building. Down south, I hear you, brother. What's happening down in Lee County? Alexander Sanchez says, North Gwinnett looking dangerous this year. Yeah, we were over there 2 weeks ago. Don Warren from Deatsville, Alabama. Or is that Alabama? Roll Tide. Eagles defense is awesome. Number 5, Cameron Daniels is a beast. Yes, he is. Right now it's the Collinsville offense that needs to come alive. Macari cross, short throw, far side, incomplete. So going to bring up a third down. I'm kind of surprised that Collins Hill is not taking another shot deep. Now, that may be because Buford has got two safeties back deep. Third down and 9. It's 14-7 Buford. Can Collins Hill find a first down here? Can they find some semblance of offense? They haven't had much. Cross. Rolls. Throws. It's going to be complete, but he's going to be short of the first down. You got to go to the sticks, my man. But we've got a penalty flag. I'm guessing we're going to get a hold. If I'm a betting man, which I'm not, that's what I would bet. Here comes the white hat to give us the call. It is a holding call against Collins Hill. Now, you got to figure that Brian Appling and company would decline this one, but let's see. Chan 6-0 beat TCC. Yep, I listened to that game last Saturday, a little Saturday afternoon matinee in Lee County. Beat a really good Thomas County Central team, did Lee County. Cindy Armstead asking, do you think Buford might win championship? Maybe. Right now, Buford, North Gwinnett look to be the top teams in 6A. Of course, you got Valdosta, Camden, who are playing tomorrow, by the way. Sack! Cross is sacked, and right now it's all Buford. Christopher Wright, Goss, says go on Bryce's side and see what happens. Talking about Bryce Perry Wright, the junior defensive lineman, the outstanding defensive lineman the junior is. And, boy, this is a dangerous situation here. Collins Hill's got to punt it. And Jordan Allen is back there going to return it if he can get his hands on it. But that's a good job kicking it away from Jordan Allen. That's a good job that time from Philip Bonacci, who kicks it away from the dangerous return man for Buford. And instead of allowing him to get his hands on the football, instead Buford's going to start 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line, I believe. Or no, let's check the spot. Their own 37-yard line. Northeast Georgia Physicians Group want to remind you the wait's over. We know injuries can happen when you least expect it. That's why Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, is here for you with a new walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza in Buford. No more waiting for appointments. Our clinic is open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week, ready to provide the care you need it when you need it. Whether it's a sprain, strain, or any other orthopedic concern, our expert team at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group is here to identify, treat, and care for your injury. Remember, no appointments necessary. You just walk in, receive top-notch care from the skilled providers of Northeast Georgia Physicians Group. If you feel yourself in need of orthopedic care, don't wait. Visit our walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza, 44 South Lee Street in Buford. We pass it on the way coming in. For more information, visit ngpg.org/ortho walk-in clinic. Get the relief when you need it. Visit us today at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine in Buford. One of our sponsors for tonight's game, along with our friends at Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys. Go to farahandfarah.com to find the Georgia office of Farah and Farah that's closest to you. Charles Pope says you got to catch that punt. Kayla Scott, shout out to number 4 Jordan Allen, all the way from Valdosta, Georgia. Kayla, we're neighbors. That's where we're from. ITG next Georgia. We're headquartered in Valdosta, Georgia. Made the drive up here tonight. We'll turn around and make the long drive home tonight. Should be back in Valdosta about 4 a.m. All right, here we go. Rayola going to crank it up. Throwing it long downfield. Wide open. "63-yard bomb." Oh, Lord. Did somebody say give a shout out to Jordan Allen? Rayola just crunk it up. He put some air under that one. And Kayla Scott, there's your guy, Jordan Allen, hauling it in from 63 yards away. And right now, Buford is completely in control here. They were down 7-0, and now they're trying to go up by 2 touchdowns with the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-7, your score now. The 63-yard touchdown pass comes at 3:04 of the third quarter. In this third quarter, that's been all Wolves. Wow. Charles Pope says he's fastest on the team. Alexander Sanchez, amazing celebration with the lights going off. Isn't that nice, guys? Charles Pope says, hey, Kayla Scott, you brought him good luck with that shout out. Absolutely. That's the way it works. 21-7. Can Collinsville somehow find some offense? They struck first in this game, but have not been able to get anything going since. 21-7. It's all Buford right now. Martin Pabletti, the new kicker, just started kicking like a couple of days ago. Young man's having quite himself a night. Quite a debut for Pabletti. Patillo going to make the fair catch at around the 25, and that's where Collinsville will put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 25. 3:04 left to go in the third quarter. You got to figure now, guys, that Collinsville needs to air this thing out, don't they? You're down by 2 touchdowns. Jamarcus Rogers says, shout out to the Gaffney Indians, number 1 high school football team in the state. Daniel Warren, LJ, go get him, baby, number 24. All right, here we go. Run play. Short gain, a penalty flag thrown. Let's see what we get here. Was another penalty on Collinsville. Another illegal shift. Win, lose, or draw. Drew Swick and his Eagles. Drew Swick and his coaching staff going to have to go back to the drawing board in this one and really try to correct some of these mistakes, these penalties. You cannot win when you're constantly backing yourselves up. That's another one. Thanks so much for watching our game tonight, guys. ITG next Georgia game of the week. We're going to be back up in the North Georgia area next week to bring you guys Milton, Gainesville. Milton at Gainesville next week. That ought to be a big one. Toss out of the backfield, complete. Getting it back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. 2:27, 2:26.
Pass was complete to number 2, Deuce Jerry.
Jamarcus Rogers reminding us that the Gaffney Indians, number 1 high school football team in the state of South Kakalaki. I was wondering where that was at. It's 21-7. This game was 7-0, 7-3 going into halftime. This third quarter has belonged to Buford. 21-7, Wolves lead it. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third. Second down and 11. Cross, throws, complete. Fumble. And who's got it? Pass was complete. I believe Collins Hill has regained possession. They have. Going to be third down. Third and about 2. Third down, a couple of yards needed for Collins Hill. This is a must make. You must make this if you're a Collins Hill fan. You've got to get this first down. You've got to keep your offense on the field. You cannot turn it over. You cannot give it back to Buford because right now the Wolves are rolling. Third down, 2 yards needed. Collins Hill. Makari Cross going to go under center. Look for a run play here of some kind. Now Collins Hill going to stand up. Play clock down to 10. Cross is under center. Going to hand it to the first man through. Going to get it to the 31. Going to lose a yard. Just was no hole there for Collins Hill, and they're going to punt it away. So I just said Collins Hill cannot afford to give it back to Buford, but that's exactly what they're going to have to do here. 30 seconds and counting to go in the third. 30 seconds. And right now, Buford is in control. They lead it 21-7. Man, it seems like a lot more than that, doesn't it? Baker's got it back there. Oh, man, he got hammered. At the 33-yard line. Make sure he's okay. He got clocked. That's Jordan Allen. I'm sorry. No, Jordan was, Jordan Allen. Jordan Allen, Jordan Baker. They're all, Justin Baker. They're all big-time playmakers. Sometimes hard to see when you've only got the side of them evident to me. That's good to see Jordan Allen get up from that hit. He was down momentarily. He got rocked. But he's up, and so are the Wolves. Ready to go from their own 31-yard line. 8 seconds to go in the third. This will be the final play of the third quarter, unless something crazy happens. Raiola, play action, throws, complete. Man, wide open. Over here on the near side, taking it to the 40. Hannibal Navies, the junior, makes the catch. Gain of 8 yards. And that's going to bring up second down and 2 as we go to quarter number 4. We've reached the end of the third quarter. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Phil Jones, ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week. Coming to you tonight from Tom Ryden Stadium in Buford, where your score as we go to quarter number 4, Buford 21, Collins Hill 7. Guys, it's Friday night. It's where student athletes compete with everything on the line. They chase greatness and forge unbreakable bonds. It's where entire communities unite under the lights to witness passion, pride, and moments that'll be etched in their memories forever. It's football. It's high school football, and there's no tradition quite like it. Just like these athletes on the field tonight, Fair and Farrah puts it on the line every day for their clients, which is why Fair and Farrah proudly supports high school football, which they're supporting tonight's game and all of our games this year here on ITG Next Georgia. Big shout out to our friends at Fair and Farrah. To find out more how you can bring in the services of Farrah and Farrah, go to their website, farrahandfarrah.com. That's farrahandfarrah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you. Big shout out to Farrah and Farrah, personal injury attorneys, and our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, who remind you, get the relief when you need it. Visit ngpg.org.ortho, walk-in clinic. It's Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, orthopedic surgery and sports medicine. Announcing their walk-in clinic is now open, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment is necessary, guys. If you're hurting, you have some need, a sprain, a strain, or any other orthopedic concern, just get down to their new walk-in clinic at the Medical Plaza in Buford. And you can walk in and get the treatment you need. That's at the Medical Plaza in Buford. All right, here we go. Ready to start quarter number 4. Buford, they got the ball. They're in control. They got the momentum. And they got second down and 2. Rayola going to hand it off. First down and more. Number 13, Tyreek Green. Pierce County all over Cook, 42-7. That's in the fourth quarter. Running clock. Thomas County Central, 61 veterans, 10, or I think it's 10, third quarter, says Obadiah. Nuclear, 1 Farley. Carol Bayton, Dave Carol Bayton, Normal, is that Illinois? Grandparents of number 11, Gavin Schumann. Carol Bayton watching from Illinois, Collinsville, number 1, or number 11, Gavin Schumann. And I hope I'm getting the last name right. Carol and Dave Bateman. Beaton. Charles Pope is asking if Jake Kulik and Kyrie Lee, are y'all still here? A lot of folks checking in tonight on the ITG Next Georgia Game of the Week, both at YouTube and Facebook. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Phil Jones. Next week, Milton and Gainesville are going to be our featured Game of the Week. Handoff. Late penalty flag going to come in here. That was Dylan McCoy on the carry that time. We had a late flag come in. Let's check that one. That's probably going to be some kind of unsportsmanlike, I would think. But I don't know. Let's wait and see. Collins Hill player is acting like it's against Buford. Let's wait and see what we got. White Hat's about to give us the call. Mr. Crew Chief, what do you got? Dead ball, personal foul. No, it's against Collins Hill. Boy, when it rains and pours, all Buford. Man, they really got away from Collins Hill. Just the penalties and mistakes. 21-7, Buford in control here. They're going to be looking for more. 10:50, 10:49, clock continuing to run. Buford with a new set of downs at the Collins Hill 25-yard line. Man, if you're Collins Hill, you need some kind of break here. Rayola just going to throw it away. He was under a heavy pass rush that time by the Collins Hill defense. Guys, I'm going to point to the underhanded interception that came early in the third quarter by, well, it was from the Collins Hill quarterback, Makari Cross. We had a penalty on that play. It's like we got an ineligible receiver downfield going to be called on Buford. But you go back to that that interception that Makari Cross threw. It was an underhanded toss. I think he was just trying to throw it away, but instead he threw it into the arms of an awaiting Buford defensive back. And ever since that play, you could just kind of feel the air go out of the sails of Collins Hill, and you could feel Buford become rejuvenated. And they really have not looked back. They took that interception, and they would score after the interception, and they have not looked back, and they have continued to score. It's 21-7. Riola, play action, steps up in the pocket, looks, fires. Penalty flag thrown. Look out. Now we've got some shenanigans going on here in the middle of the field. Penalty flag. I think we got some guys losing their temper. We're going to get probably some personal foul stuff thrown here. Incomplete pass that time, but let's see what the penalty flag is. You had the back judge threw that flag, and I mean, he threw it. And let's see what's going to happen here. Well, you hate to see this kind of stuff. Tempers start to flare, and I'm just surmising, but I saw a Buford lineman take a tumble. While they sort this out, we'll remind you, don't forget to check out our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group in the new walk-in clinic at 44 South Lee Street in Buford. No appointment necessary. How about that? They're open 8:30 a.m. 5 p.m. 5 days a week at 44 South Lee Street in Buford. If you need orthopedic care and you don't have any time to wait, you don't have to. Visit the walk-in clinic at Medical Plaza, 44 South Lee Street in Buford, the new Medical Plaza, Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, their new walk-in clinic. No appointment necessary. Check them out. Unsportsmanlike, I think we're going to get it on both teams. Or maybe not. Unsportsmanlike called on Buford. Okay. So we had offsetting penalties, and then when the play was over, we had a personal foul called on Buford. So 3 penalties. 2 on Buford, 1 on Collins Hill, all in one play. So with that, it's going to be first down and 30 for Buford. Boy, you don't see that every day, do you? So first and 30, handoff, left side. Well, Collins Hill defense, so give those guys credit. They're still playing hard. Run play that time from Dylan McCoy, the junior running back. Going to take it for about 5-yard gain to about the 40. So second and 25, 9:44, 9:43, and counting to go in the football game. Buford seems to be in control right now. It's 21-7. Now, boy, don't you know Collins Hill would love some kind of turnover to change this direction of this game? Running play. Got to run him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's Dylan McCoy on the carry again. All right now, you guys out there, let's stop the trash talking. Charles Pope, Brad Holloman, you guys settle down. Settle down, boys. No need for that. All right, going to be third down and 20, about 21. Third down, and that's a long way. They got to get it all the way to the 15, let me count here. 7, take the 1, carry the 4. Got to get to the 11. 30, 25, 20, Got close. I'm sorry, had to get to the 15 for a first down, and he got close. Going to get about 5 yards away. It was Jordan Allen that time on a little screen pass. Man, they have got so many weapons. There is another penalty flag. Boy, this game has been riddled with flags. Illegal shift on the Wolves. Guys, I don't remember calling a game with this many penalties. And I'm talking about on both teams. Charles Pope says the trash talkers left. I'm just making an observation. Now, Charles, you know better than that. Guys, let me know where you're watching the game from. So many of you have checked in with us. I certainly do appreciate it. Raiola, deep drop, sacked. And there he is. I said we were going to call his name a lot tonight. I'm surprised we haven't called it more, but I'm going to call it right now. That's Deuce Gerald on the sack. And according to my records, that's going to give Deuce his 11th sack of the year. That guy is a machine. So there's a great stand by the Collins Hill defense. They're going to now force the Wolves into a punting situation. But let's wait a second. Do we have another flag? No, I think we got a Collins Hill man that went down on the far side of the field. Cramp. I think that's the first of those we've had tonight, the cramp, because the weather is nice tonight. Usually you get these humid nights. Of course, I'm up here calling a football game, and I'm not on the field. Kayla Scott says, let's go, nephew. Guys, if you're looking for an attorney, especially personal injury attorney, consider our friends at Farah and Farah. We want to remind you, there's no tradition quite like high school football. Just like these athletes on the field, Farah and Farah puts it on the line every day for their clients. That's why Farah and Farah proudly supports high school football, and yes, they do. Go to farahandfarah.com to find the Georgia office closest to you for Farah and Farah attorneys at law. All right. So the young man for Collins Hill had a cramp. He's fine. Got over to the sideline, and here's a punting situation for the Wolves. It's going to take a bounce. It's going to take another Buford roll. Going to go inside the 10-yard line. And the Wolves are going to go down there and down it at about the 8. Kyle Carpenter with the punt down there to down it is Jax Pope. I wonder if that's any kin to Jake Pope. Guys, whatever happened to Jake? Man, he was a Buford headhunter. I know he went to Alabama. I think he went left and went to Georgia. Connor Thompson, I'm watching from Buford, and my sister's in the band. Go, Gabriella. Well, there you go, Connor. Appreciate you watching us. Were you right around the corner? Love it. Absolutely love it. No matter where you are watching tonight, we do appreciate you making ITG Next Georgia your choice for tonight's game of the week. Buford and Collins Hill. We bring you the best in high school football. I kind of gave you an update on the games we're going to be bringing you for the rest of the year. I told you next week we're going to be bringing you guys Milton and Gainesville. That's going to come from Gainesville and the brand new City Park. Milton at Gainesville, a couple of big-time Georgia powerhouses. We're going to have that one for you next week. Then, the following week, Thomas County Central at Northside Warner Robins. Then, on October 25th, Perry goes to Benedictine. We'll have that game for you. And then in the final week of the regular season, we got some choices to make. Either going to be bringing you Roswell and Milton or Houston County and Lee County. Either way, you got some great choices for high school football coming up right here at ITG Next Georgia, where we bring you high school football uninterrupted and commercial-free. Charles Pope tells us Jake is at Georgia and they're cousins. Thank you for that, Charles. Charles, you've been Johnny on the spot with all the answers tonight. I appreciate that. Who else we got watching tonight? Let me know where you're checking out the game from. Would love to hear from you. All right, here we go. Collins Hill in deep in a hole at their own 7-yard line. McCary Crawl. Oh, you saw that coming, didn't you? Man, oh, man. Collins Hill just avoided disaster. Torrey Costin. The junior defensive back had it in his hands and he dropped it, and that would have been a sure 6. That ball took forever to get out there. Charles Pope, thank you for that, my friend. Good broadcasting, good announcing. I thank you for saying that. I really do. I appreciate that. Yeah, got to show Roswell Milton. Long-time rivalry. Probably right, Charles, for sure. 2nd and long, or 2nd and 10, rather. Look out here. Just chunking it up there. Nobody there. They're calling for intentional grounding. I don't think you can say that. We have an official's timeout. One of the Collins Hill players' helmet come off. Yeah, I think that was just a misread on the route. I don't think he was throwing it away necessarily, was McCary Cross. But dangerous situation here. You can bet Buford is licking their chops. Passing situation, young quarterback, and let's see what's going to happen here. McCary Cross. Well, I tell you, he's done a great job this year for the Collins. He has led this team to an undefeated season. 6-0. Of course, that is in jeopardy here tonight with 7 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the game. And Collins Hill trailing it by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Got to come up with something quick if you're Collins Hill. What do we got? Offsides on Buford, I believe. Want to give a big thanks to longtime Buford Athletic Director Tony Wolf, Buford head coach Brian Appling. We asked about doing this game way back in the preseason. They said, yeah, come on up. We'd love to have you. And they are always very hospitable to us here in Buford. Big thanks to the folks here at Buford. McCary Cross going to throw it long downfield. Complete! Complete! He's still on his feet! Is that the play that Collins Hill hopes gets him back in the game? Oh, but wait a minute. You got another penalty flag. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, my goodness. We got some folks up here, and they're just Buford fans, but they're on top of the press box with us. And they are just yelling. They're not happy about anything. They're just great fans, but they're telling the referees, tell us what's happening. You got a microphone. Oh, my goodness, guys. So the kind of night that it's been for Collins Hill, guys. So the Eagles just hit the biggest play of the night except for the 76-yard touchdown pass. That could have gotten them back into this game. But what has happened? Well, kind of like what's happened all night. Collins Hill has another penalty. Now, Buford gets called for a roughing the passer. So it will be done all over. But take the long touch or the long completion off the board for Collins Hill. Mistake after mistake after mistake for the Eagles. Pass is complete to the 20. That's going to give the Eagles a first down. That's a nice-looking pass play from McCary Cross. good-looking quarterback, good-looking play. Is it going to be enough, though, or is it going to be too little too late? My goodness. Collins Hill. D. Hayes, 7787. Announcer's a cool dude. Well, thank you for that, D. Hayes. I love it. I love you guys, man. Oh, boy. Now, I'm going to give you guys a guess as to what just happened. What? Did you say a penalty? You're right. Wow. I'm losing count. Goodness gracious. It's got to be somewhere around 15 penalties, and I'm just guessing, guys. I'm going to look at the final stats. I don't have them as far as penalties, but it's got to be somewhere around 15 or so for Collins Hill. Just incredible. Makari Cross going to air it out long down that far side. Incomplete. Just a fly route that time, go route by the wide receiver on that far side. Makari Cross launched it up there. But it was incomplete. It was intended for number 6, Joseph Atticus. Well, we haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. Tom Bugles, best AD in the state for Buford. Yeah, Charles, I've got to meet him. I mostly dealt with Tony, who still plays a big part. Incomplete. Fans up here wanted a intentional grounding as Cross tackled, but was able to get the ball off. There is another flag on the play, if you can believe that. Why not? We're averaging about a flag every 2 or 3 plays. Wow, guys. Let's see what this call is. Okay, they are going to call intentional grounding. That's going to be a loss of a down. That hurts. That's a bad penalty. What happens is you lose the down. So, in other words, you don't replay the down. A lot of penalties, if you're on the offense, you get to replay the down even though you lose the yardage. On an intentional grounding, it's both. It's a double whammy. You lose the yardage and you lose the down. And don't look now, but Collins Hill has got it 3rd and making. They got to get it to the 30 almost for a first down. They're inside their own 5. Makari Cross in his own end zone. Boy, he just was able to get out of there. Avoids the safety, but it's going to be 4th and a mile. It was already 3rd and a mile. Now it's going to be 4th and even more miles. So Buford's defense, I've been talking about Collins Hill's defense all night. Give credit to this Wolves defense. They have really stood up big time in this second half. And coupled with the Collins Hill offensive mistakes, the Buford defense has just been stifling tonight. And they're going to force Collins Hill into a bad situation. They got to punt it away, punter standing back in the back line of the end zone. Just getting it off does Philip Bonacci. And look out, 40, 35, 34. Return man, is that Allen? It is Allen. Short return. Give Collins Hill special teamers credit on that one. They were able to get down there and minimize the return from number 4, Jordan Allen. Short return for Allen, but still going to give Buford great field position. And right now, Wolves are in complete control with 5:03 left to go in the football game. And the Wolves leading it 21-7. So North Gwinnett has beat Peachtree Ridge tonight 44-22. Menajah Bree says, do you know exactly how many penalties? I don't. I'm guessing somewhere just for Collins Hill. I'm just guessing around between 12 or 15 penalties. A lot. Spent a lot. Way more, I promise you, than Drew Swick wanted. The Collins Hill head coach, who has done an absolutely fantastic job. You guys know the story of Collins Hill. Sam Horn, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter has turned out to be maybe the best player in college football at Colorado. He was the best player in college football at Jackson State. He was the best player in high school football at Collins Hill. He is an absolute machine. But it was the heyday under Lenny Gregory at Collins Hill with Sam Horn, Hunter, and those guys, and led them to a state championship. And you remember you graduated all those guys, and boy, it was a tough year the following year for Collins Hill. Drew Swick takes over. He was the defensive coordinator. He takes over. Last year, they get off to the 1-5 start, but then they come roaring back in the second half. And Drew Swick and his team and his staff have taken that momentum from the second half of last year. They've carried it forward to this year, 6-0, coming into this big game with Buford. Now, they are in jeopardy of losing their first game tonight, but they'll go back to the drawing board, Will Swick and his staff and his players. They'll get it back together because you don't get to 6-0 in this state, in this classification, without being very good. So I want to make sure that I'm real clear about that. I know I have given Collins Hill a lot of grief tonight because of the mistakes, but they're a good football team. This has just not been their night tonight. Big run play here. Officials timeout, I believe. First down run that time. I believe that was Ethan Irvin on the carry. And it was. Oh, we got some Trump. Oh, I love it. Y'all don't get me political now. Got some Trump lovers here. Hey, I'm with you on that. I promise you. But, man, I don't want to make any enemies out there. So let's stick to high school football. So Alexander Sanchez says, I'm calling it. North Gwinnett makes the state final. You may be right. You may certainly be right. Second down, 9. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. 4:42 left. All Buford, 21-7. Wolves have got it. They're in control. They've got the lead. They got the momentum. They got the ball. They've really got it all in their corner right now. There's Irvin. I mean, look, Brian Appling will be the first one to tell you. Buford had the talent last year to win it all. And they came up short against Grayson. You had the best quarterback in the state. I mean, this year's team, guys, you're going to be a hard match to find talent from top to bottom like this Buford team has. I mean, Kenyon Rivera, Ethan Irvin, Justin Baker, Bryce Perry Wright. I mean, just goes on and on and on. Jadon Perlott, one of the best linebackers in the state. Justin Baker, another big playmaker, taking it to the 10. I mean, you want to talk about a team of weapons. It's Buford. So Alexander Sanchez says there's no bad football team in Gwinnett, just some other schools are better than others. A lot of competition in Gwinnett. I think that's a fair statement. I think that's very fair. Short run to the 6. Thanks for the game, bro. Hope Georgia gets Jadon Perlott. And I hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, boy, me too. He's quite the player, isn't he? Buford, the talent last year and the other year. Yeah, they've got the talent. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. Shug Frazier says the commentary is golden. Well, I try to keep it entertaining. I mean, it is 21-7 after all. All right, Buford knocking on the door. They got the lead. There's only 3 minutes left. Looking for more. Big collision at the goal line. Dylan McCoy puts his head down. Going to be knocked down at the 1-yard line. And right now, Buford is in control. 2:52 left. And they are going to be looking at, should be a 1st and goal to go here, I think. Or is it not? No, 3rd down. Okay, here we go. 3rd down. They're going to spot him at the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 2. We have a fumble. We got a fumble. We've got a fumble. Whose ball is it? Collins Hill says they've got it. They're talking it over. I don't see a penalty flag. Collins Hill says it's a fumble and we've got it. What are they going to call? The officiating crew is talking this over. Buford thinks that, hey, it was offsides on Collins Hill. Collins Hill says it's our ball. It looks like they're trying to figure out who's right. I think one referee is. Well, now there's a now there's a flag. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, now there's a flag thrown, and they will call the offsides on Collins Hill. So I guess they got together, talked about it, and decided it was an offsides there. One of the Buford fans was walking behind me, and he heard me talking there. So a little indecision there. They got together. Let's drop this flag. Alexander Sanchez, if we're being honest, this should be Buford's 3rd year trying to win a state back-to-back. Oh, you're right. I think that's an honest statement. All right, so Americafied says, I think Valdosta can hang with Buford. Now, that's interesting. That's an interesting. We're going to see Camden and Buford in a big one tomorrow, a Saturday afternoon matinee down in Valdosta. I'm sorry. Touchdown, Buford. Dylan McCoy. Dylan McCoy goes in at 2:34. And that is going to do it for all intents and purposes. 27-7. Buford with 27 unanswered. Trying to make it 28 unanswered. Mercify says Valdosta's nasty this year. I would agree with that. Mercified, where are you at, by the way? I'm just curious. You seem to know your high school football pretty well. Valdosta is indeed nasty. Valdosta Camden tomorrow. Top 2 teams. In fact, they're the top 2 scoring teams, both averaging over 50 points a game. Something got to give in that one. That's going to be a 1 o'clock kickoff in Valdosta. That's where we're heading back tonight to from up here in North Georgia. ITG Next Georgia. We cover the entire state out of our Valdosta headquarters. And let's see what we get here. Waiting. 2:34 left to go in the game. And it's all academic now. Buford up 27-7. Man, we had a good one tonight in this thing, though, didn't we, guys? Collins Hill's defense just hung around and just hung around and just hung around. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, looks like we've got law enforcement. that are being called over. To handle some kind of altercation. It looks like it's going on in the end zone. Got some security folks over there. So while they try to get the crowd under control behind the end zone, we're going to see Martin Pobletti try another extra point. And no good on this one. No good. His first miss of the night.
Extra point attempt is no good.
So 27-7 is your score. 2:34 left to go in the game. Quincy Falker says South Gwinnett versus Valdosta. I was referencing. All right, so let me check out some of these comments here. Murkified says he's a Florida man. Oh, ain't nothing like the Florida man. Gotta watch you, Florida man. Shug Frazier says, personally, I'd say 14 was the best Buford team, state championship team. Murkified says, I grew up in Georgia. I'm biased towards South Georgia football. I hear you. Certainly some great football down there. Anybody got anything on that Lowndes-Colquitt? I'm looking for an update on that one. That's a big one. 1-6A region getting underway tonight. Anybody got anything on Tift County, Richmond Hill, by the way? Guys, check out our ITG Next Georgia top 10 poll. We are one of the 6 media outlets around the state. It's included in your AJC composite poll. We were very proud to be invited to be a part of that statewide composite poll this year, joining the likes of GPB, the AJC, Max Preps, 680 The Fan, Score Atlanta, and Max Preps. ITG Next Georgia joined that elite group. And you can check out our top 10 rankings along with those other aforementioned outlets every Wednesday in the Georgia High School Football Daily Newsletter. You can also check out our twice-weekly newsletter. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just go to ITG Next Georgia, go to our website, you can go to our Facebook page, subscribe to our newsletter. Yours truly puts together the top 10 for every classification. I'll work on that tomorrow. And then also I want to invite you guys, if you liked tonight's commentary and you liked tonight's game, we like to keep it lively. Well, be sure to check out my live Facebook podcast on Monday, 5 o'clock. Every Monday at 5 o'clock, ITG Next Georgia Facebook page, I host Extra Point. It's my podcast, Extra Point with Phil Jones. That's me. 5 o'clock to 6:30 every Monday. And kind of like what I do in this game is what I'll do on the podcast, except I'll just talk about all the football from tonight, games that are coming up. And just like I've chatted with you guys tonight, I welcome your comments on the podcast. I'll chat with you guys. I'll take your comments. So if you've never watched it, won't you be a part of it this Monday and every Monday, 5 o'clock. ITG Next Georgia. If you're watching on Facebook, that's where you can see the show. ITG Next Georgia Facebook page, 5 o'clock every Monday. Yours truly, Extra Point with me, Phil Jones, every Monday, 5 o'clock. It's our little weekly show, weekly podcast we do, talking high school football across the state. Cross going to throw it away. He was under a heavy rush that time. Wisely got rid of it. Incomplete. Okay, so Quincy Falker says Valdosta quarterback made all the right plays against us. Their defensive front seven are big and fast, more susceptible on the outside, though. Yeah, Todd Robinson is the quarterback. He is something else, let me tell you. The real deal. Alexander Sanchez, Buford should have won versus Milton. David Burns says these young men are blessed to have a man like Coach App in their lives. Colquitt has beaten Lowndes 38-35. Quincy Falker, this is a great broadcast. I never get to see it because I'm coaching on Friday nights, but this is awesome to see. Look at Collins Hill. Are you kidding me? Oh! They're not laying down yet. Quincy, thank you so much for saying that. I really do appreciate that, brother. Americafied, I'll be subscribing to your Facebook page. I love high school football. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate that. All you guys can subscribe to the weekly newsletter. And be sure to catch my show Monday at 5 o'clock. We have a blast. So here's Collins Hill. Hey, man, they're not laying down. Big-time play here from Collins Hill inside the Buford 20. Let's see together if they can punch it in. Cross, looks, going to go to the end zone. Incomplete. Cross is passed a little too far. It was intended for Patillo, incomplete. 2:04 left to go in the game. What was the name again? ITG Next Georgia. The show is Extra Point with Phil Jones. We'd love to have you. Alexander Sanchez. My school sucked at football. I had the chance to go to a school in Swanee, but chose not to, and I regret it a lot. When did Buford make the field turf? I think it's been turf for a long time, guys. Or maybe I'm wrong. Steel Rain asks, how are the Eagles undefeated? Well, guys, listen. Defense. Look, this Collins Hill defense has played well. I've said it before. As we're going to get an intentional grounding call here. Look, Collins Hill, look at the teams that they've beaten. Now, it's not like they've gone 6-0 against a bunch of cream puffs. Collins Hill has defeated Grayson. They defeated Grayson to open the season, 20-19. They defeated Woodward Academy, 21-14. They defeated the defending Class 3A state champion, Cedar Grove, 44-13. They defeated Parkview, 27-10. So those were the first 4 games, first 4 wins, and those are tough teams, guys. Pass complete, 30, 27-yard line. Penalty flag comes at the end of this play. We may get some kind of helmet to helmet or something here. Let's wait and see. Boy, the penalties tonight, guys, I have never seen anything like it. I said it earlier. There's been a penalty, I would say, average of every 3 plays. And I bet I'm not too far off. I think it's going to be something on Buford, maybe some kind of blow to the head or something. Let's see what we get here. Personal foul. It is a blow to the head on Buford. So Collins Hill just lost the 15 yards on the play earlier on a intentional grounding. Now they'll get it back. So with 1:47 left, Collins Hill would love to come out of here with a late score, as they've got it now at the Buford 14-yard line. Can Collins Hill get a late touchdown here, guys? Let's find out together. 3rd down. Cross, looks, going to go to the end zone with it. Complete, but it's going to be out of bounds. Receiver ran out of end zone. So 4th and 5, 139. Collins Hill will have one more shot at it here, at least to get the first down. Mark LaCourciere. I hope I'm saying that right. Father, Camden County, and son Collinsville watching from Swanee tonight. Thanks for broadcasting, Mark. Thanks so much for your comment, brother. Thanks for checking us out tonight, and I hope I didn't butcher your last name too bad. Mark LaCourciere. All right, fourth down. Can Collinsville get the first? Got to go to the end zone with it. Again, same call. Incomplete. It was the same play. They threw that fade, which I hate fades. And you just ran out of real estate on the last two plays. So, nothing doing for Collinsville. They'll turn it over on down. So, Buford will take over in control, leading it by 20 points and with only 1:31 left. So, unless there's a 20-point play, Collinsville is going to suffer their first loss of the year. Buford, unless there's a miracle, will go to 5-1. Yeah, I hate fade. Now, I don't mind screens, America-fied, but I hate a fade. It's just low percentage. I hate fades. I hate teams when they go for two. I can't stand it. Fade is just like throw it up and see what happens. All right, here's Buford. They're in complete control. They may not be done yet. Oh, wow. Look out. Touchdown, Wolves! $86 yards. Ty Boogie. Ty Green just took it 86 yards. 86-yard touchdown run to put the icing on the cake. Collinsville had a couple of chances there to drive him out of bounds. Couldn't get it done. Ty Boogie Green, 86 yards, puts the exclamation point on this win. And this extra point is good. 34-7. Wow. I'll tell you this. It's 34-7, but man, it was a great game for about 2 quarters and a couple of minutes into the third. And then Buford just took control. Merkified says big boy was moving. He was. Shug Frazier says steamrolling these boys. Well, they are now. All right, 34-7. 1:13 left. Buford will go to 5-1 on the year. 5 consecutive wins since the opening loss to Milton. Collinsville going to suffer their first loss of the year and go to 6-1. 2-1 in the region. Buford will improve to 2-0 in region play. Nice return there. Man, what a great return that was. That was Jones, Cam Jones. Man, I thought the Buford special teamers had the angle on him, but he was able to outrun them all the way to the far side. That was a great little return by Jones that time. But wait a minute. Oh, boy. I know you guys aren't going to believe this, but we've got a penalty flag on the play. Against Collinsville. Wow. So that negates what was a nice return of about 30 yards that time by Cam Jones instead. Collins Hill will start from their own 10-yard line, but it's all academic right now. 1 minute, 2 seconds left. Alexander Sanchez, hey, no betting. No betting around here. And Collins Hill just content to run this clock out. Listen, here's what Collins Hill needs to do. Drew Swick, great coach. He's done a great job with this Collins Hill team. He's definitely brought the pride back to the Hill. Okay. Flush this game. They came in here, led 7-0 for almost the entire first half. But too many mistakes, not able to capitalize offensively. Just couldn't get anything going offensively except for the big touchdown catch. But all these penalties and mistakes, you cannot come back from that. I don't care who you are. So Drew Swick will go back. He'll get his staff together, get his players together, and say, look, let's forget this game. Let's not forget it, but let's correct these penalties. And let's come back next week stronger than ever. Clock will run out. Your final score from Tom Ryden Stadium in Buford. Buford 34, Collins Hill 7. Man, we had a good one there for about a half, didn't we? Buford turns it on, though, and again, taking advantage of the mistakes from Collins Hill. That's what good teams do. And Buford wins it 34-7. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of our game tonight. ITG next game of the week. We bring you the best in Georgia high school football every Friday night. Don't forget, next week, Milton and Gainesville. We're going to have it for you right here at our ITG Next Georgia Facebook and YouTube page. So be sure to join us then. Don't forget, on Monday, check out my show, Extra Point, with yours truly, Phil Jones. Monday, 5 o'clock. As I'll sit and talk with you guys about this game and all these other games around the state tonight. And I hope you guys will join me. I hope to see you there Monday, 5 o'clock. Extra Point with Phil Jones. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, ITG Next Georgia. Guys, check it out. I think you'll like what we do here with high school sports. This is all we do, high school sports with a big lean toward high school football, of course. America Fide, you have a good week too, brother. And I hope you will be back next Friday. Chuck Frazier, I'm not going to repeat your comment, but I get it. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate the viewership tonight. Had a great time chatting with you guys. And we hope to see you again Monday, 5 o'clock, and then next Friday for our game of the week. Big thanks to Farrah and Farrah, as well as our friends at Northeast Georgia Physicians Group, sponsors of tonight's game. I'm Phil Jones saying, have a great night, everybody. If you are watching tonight, be safe over the weekend, and hope to see you again real soon. For ITG Next Georgia, I'm Phil Jones saying, have a great night, everybody.